Solar Flyer. From a news story by CNN San Francisco reporter Don Knapp. With only the sun for fuel, 8 tiny electric motors lift a huge, remotely controlled airplane off a runway in Hawaii and pull it to more than 80,000 feet. It's on a mission to prove an idea that planes like this could fly for months on end in the stratosphere. Ray Morgan, president of AeroVironment, says, "What we're trying to do is create what we call an atmospheric satellite, which operates and performs any of the functions as a satellite would do in space, but does it very close in the atmosphere." NASA is funding research with a former Cold War spy plane prototype. Dick Swanson of Sun Power, Inc. says of the planes, "A very light structure, but they still needed a lot of power to keep this thing up at high altitude, so the other piece of the puzzle is a very lightweight and very high-performance solar cell." Dick Swanson's solar cell is super efficient and paper-thin. Thousands on the wings of the Pathfinder generate 10,000 watts. He says, "The solar cell converts sunlight into electricity, or as AeroVironment likes to say, the plane is powered by its shadow." Ha. This plane is powered by conventional fan jets, and rather than stay in the stratosphere for months at a time, 2 would fly in shifts sending and receiving phone calls over a city. The pilots on board would be responsible for taking the plane off, going up to the location, where they would be flying around in circles. Before they leave station, a second plane comes up and assumes responsibility for wireless communications, then there's a hand-off. Angel Technologies says a fleet of 1,000 planes could provide telecommunications for 300 cities around the world. Sky Station says several fleets of helium balloons, say 250 over every major city, could also send cell signals from the stratosphere. And if any of this seems far-fetched, consider the incentive. Planes and balloons would cost only a fraction of the $50 million a launch cost of satellites, and give new companies a piece of the multi-billion-dollar communications business.